Yeah.
It's George.
It's Elaine.
Come on up.
Hey, Vinny, listen to...
I never heard anything like this in my life. Listen to this.
This is exciting! This is exciting! Huh? Did I miss anything already?
Kramer, get in!
Where's the crazy man?
Hey! Sit down. Come on, it's about to start.
Boy, it's like a sauna in here. And welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name's Vinny.
My name's Matt. That comment, it is like a sauna in here. Are you sweating?
I'm actually quite comfortable.
I had to turn off not only the air conditioner, but the fan as well, so the mic doesn't pick it up. And I'm sweating bullets over here. Good beats. Good beats of sweat. How you been?
Good. I feel like we haven't seen or recorded in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. We are recording a little late this week. The day we're going to release the episode, actually, which might be a first. But you had some computer issues the other day.
Yes.
Do you want to tell people what happened?
I dropped my computer, and the power cord got dented and would not charge.
Yeah.
So I headed out to the store and bought a new one. Computer's okay, though.
And then you got mud on the computer, the computer you were going to return.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's good to see you again. Good to be back. I was on vacation for the past 2 weeks, so our online presence hasn't been as consistent as it usually is. But I did go to Michigan, and I was thinking of George's boyhood trips to Michigan, of course.
4 hours.
Oh, man. Whew. I love my parents to death. Like they mean everything to me, but when you're in the car with them for long periods of time.
Don't you kind of agree that when Jerry says, you can't really talk to your parents anymore, you reach a certain age, and the only thing you can do with them is sit down to dinner, so you're always asking what's to eat, and you just got to keep your mouth moving, so you're just shoveling food in because you can't have a conversation with them?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
It's funny. The two of us, we're babies in our family, so we're pretty close to our parents, I would say.
Yes.
Closer than most people. Our parents actually are very similar. Like, I don't mean to get into our personal lives too much, but we were both accidents.
Yeah. Surprises, if you will.
Yeah, surprises, unplanned. Our parents are much older. And we're the youngest of four, too.
Yeah.
So we're the spoiled brats. Okay.
Funny guy. Okay.
Okay. Anyways, cut all this out. Oh, I got a Charlie horse.
Oh, God. What is with today?
Yeah, we've talked for maybe the past 45 minutes. I keep stopping recording, starting again. We're
just catching up.
Yeah, something's happening. Maybe it's the heat.
You're going to streamline all this, right?
I don't know.
Should we start over?
That's okay.
We should start over. No.
Yeah, people want to...
This is crap.
This is crap? Well,
yeah.
59 episodes in, I don't think much has changed. So... Anyways, Vinny, what episode are we discussing this week?
We are discussing the...
Oh, man.
That tickled me. We're discussing the 19th episode of Season 4, The Implant, written by Peter Mehlman, directed by Tom Schronis, and airing February 25th, 1993.
Yeah, I was very excited to get to a Peter Mehlman episode. He is the only Seinfeld celebrity that has no problem being on this show. Truth is, though, we haven't really asked anyone else, just Peter Mehlman. But if you go way back to Festivus 2014, we posted like an hour-long interview with him, and it was such a pleasure to talk to him. I'm very fond of Peter Mehlman. I love his episodes. I like the way he talks. I like his...
He's a real guy. He doesn't have any of that pretentious Hollywood quality about him.
Not at all. And it comes up a little bit in this episode, as it does frequently in his sitcom, It's Like You Know, his distaste, or at least his frustration with L.A., which I definitely like hearing about. But let's go over a couple of story beats here. Peter Mehlman had a commentary track on the DVD, which is excellent. If you guys have the DVDs, be sure to check that out. A little bit of trivia he shared. The Salman Rushdie arc. Hey, there's a guy at my health club that looks like Salman Rushdie, came from his life. He did try to get a Death in the Family fare after his bonus miles expired. He saw someone double dip. And the implant idea, I don't think that came from a real life experience, but one living in LA, as the joke is in this episode. I'm sure you see people with implants all over the place. But that idea really came from a small moment, right? It wasn't an entire episode originally.
Yeah, he just had this idea of Jerry and Elaine sitting at the coffee shop, and a large-breasted woman walks by, and Elaine looks at Jerry and says, they're fake. And that was all he had to go on. And
then they went back to their conversation. It was just a little joke. And that makes me think of like a Larry David kind of script where you take such a tiny idea and you stretch it out across 22 minutes.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Much like we like to imagine, Larry David has that little book that he carries around with all his ideas. Mm-hmm. Peter Mehlman said this episode was just these tiny little ideas, each one of these you just mentioned, and he just happened to put them together, and it became this episode.
That's brilliant. God, this is he even says on the commentary track how this is, if not his favorite, one of his top 3 favorites. He's really proud of this episode.
He should be. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a wonderful episode. He did mention in his top 3. What do you think the other 2 really good Peter Mehlman scripts are? Well, I know we can go back to earlier. He did The Apartment, which is a fine episode. The Apartment, the Good Samaritan.
The Nose Job, The Good Samaritan. Mm-hmm.
Which I know he's not a big fan of. On Twitter, when we posted the episode, he said like he really either phoned it in, but...
the Visa, the Implant, the Smelly Car, the Masseuse, the Wife, the Hamptons. Oh, he's got to love the Hamptons.
Oh, the Hamptons.
That one is so good.
Yes, that is a very good one.
The Chinese Woman... the Soulmate, the Money, the Yada Yada.
Soulmate is up there for me too.
The Betrayal and the Story. He's credited with the story for the Wait Out and the Betrayal.
Wow. Okay, so maybe we could reach out to him and see what his other favorite episodes are. But my money is on Hamptons, Soulmate, and Implant.
Oh, the Sponge. You wrote the Sponge too. I forgot about the Sponge.
Never mind.
Sorry.
That's it.
My mistake.
So the Sponge, the Hamptons, and the Implant, probably. We'll see.
Agreed.
Nonetheless, one of we always say he's one of the original 4 of the Beatles, aspect. Larry David, Larry Charles, Jerry Seinfeld, and Peter Mehlman.
So you got your Fab 4 writers, then you got your Fab 4 actors.
Oh, there you go. A little bit of trivia here. The name Sidra came from a character in a Laurie Moore story that Peter Mehlman had just read. That's where he was inspired by the name. I did a quick Google search, and I believe the Laurie Moore story is called Willing.
I found that as well. It's from the book Birds of America.
Ah, there you go. All right. I don't think it has anything to do with breast implants, but
we just love that name.
It is a good name. It's you don't meet many Sidras nowadays, but
my friend married a girl named Sidra.
Oh.
Or actually, no, wait.
Oh, that didn't happen.
Her name's Sid, but I don't know if it's Sidra.
Could be.
I wanted it to be Sidra.
Sydney. Peter Mehlman had seen Teri Hatcher in a restaurant 3 weeks before filming this episode, and apparently he couldn't take his eyes off of her. When they had to cast the role, somebody's like, hey, what about Teri Hatcher?
It's like, yes.
Even Peter Mehlman was like, I said it way too fast. I was way too excited. Casting the role, I guess, was challenging, though, up until that point. They had several people they were looking at. Mark Hirschfeld, who we've brought up many times on the podcast, said the challenge was they had to find someone who was funny, but also well-endowed as well. And, apparently when Teri Hatcher came in, she just blew everyone away. Not only exquisite, but funny, had attitude, ultimately was a slam dunk for the role. And, I know Sidra and Teri Hatcher, they're probably one of the more popular girlfriends on Seinfeld, not only because of their career afterwards, but, it's a great episode. Visually, she's a very striking woman.
And good character, too.
A good character, too. I never really cared for her. I'm like, whatever. After watching this episode, I'm in love.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. And that outfit in the last scene.
Oh, yeah.
The jeans with the black shirt.
So 90s, because it's got the high, that's the mom cut, right?
Yeah. Oh, my God. That is just...
Scoop neck.
Oh.
Boots.
I might go put that on right now. I did not realize this while watching, but there are no coffee shop scenes this week.
Great point.
And
there's a lot of sauna scenes.
Yeah, what they would normally be talking about in the coffee shop, they just talk about in the sauna instead.
They actually built a sauna on stage for this week.
Mm-hmm. And the classic line from this week's episode, they're real and they're spectacular. Jerry gave an interview where he explained that the original line was just, they're real. and then Sidra would walk out. Now, you saw this interview, right?
Yes.
Was Jerry implying that he came up with the line and they're spectacular, or did someone?
That's how I took it.
Okay. So apparently, I guess Jerry either at the table read or, while filming came up with and they're spectacular, and he said, that's really what made the moment. And you have to agree, right? Just saying they're real is kind of flat.
Much like we talk about Elaine's, you mean the panties my mother laid out for me, and that big blow they talk about where the crowd just howls. This had that same kind of feeling, but it was from a guest star. It wasn't from one of the main four. Mm-hmm. Had that same kind of cap to the scene. And
the line is so popular, it comes back in the finale as well.
That's right.
It's spoilers, but it's I think Jackie Childs' last line.
Yeah.
In the series. But yeah, you want to get started?
Sure.
I don't belong to a health club. I have a strict limit on the number of naked men I need to see in one day. 0. That's it. What is with the high level of security at the health clubs? You know what I mean? The picture IDs, the security guards, people signing in and out. What is this, the Kremlin? I mean, the people that have a membership go twice a year. Who's breaking in? Is this a big problem? People stealing exercise? And what if they catch the person? What then? They run. It's aerobic. Makes it even worse.
I never understood this either, the idea of gyms being such high security. I exercise at a Y, so it's not like we have security guards there, but there was a day when there were too many people gathered around the scanner, so I just kind of walked by because I go there enough that they'd recognize me, and the lady was like, hey, come back, scan in.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
You work out at one of those CrossFit clubs, huh?
Sometimes.
Do they have high security there? Everyone's so ripped. Do they just?
They're just beating each other over the head when you walk in the door. Mine's a very small mom and pop gym, so you can just kind of walk in. You do have to sign in at the computer, but it's very low key. So I don't quite identify with the security guards. Picture IDs. We just type in our name on a computer and press enter.
Interesting.
I do like this bit though, and I love the. Then what? They run. It's aerobic. Which is are people stealing exercise?
First scene of the episode, we're at the New York Health Club. I don't know if we've had this exterior before, but we've definitely had the interior. This reminds me of the place in the Contest. Remember when Elaine finds out that JFK Jr. is going to be in her class?
Same health club.
Same one. There you go. Well, Jerry is making chit-chat with this girl, Sidra, on the Stairmaster. And this is, I don't know, kind of a funny bit. He's like, I can last 10 minutes, but I can go an hour if someone is standing right in front of me.
So we're watching Jerry flirt, right?
Which is interesting because Jerry and Sidra have been out recently. Would you flirt with someone you're dating this way? Like make a comment about another woman?
Well, it's a theoretical woman. It's not an actual woman.
Okay.
So I like it.
Well, behind every joke, there's some truth.
Oh, is that like the worst thing in the world or something?
Yeah, like a little Bill Maher thing going on there.
Yeah.
Okay, silence.
Now, I want to talk about these leotards that everybody's wearing. These are the epitome of 90s workout fashion. Mm-hmm. Like the guys are wearing sweatpants and a real baggy shirt, and the women are wearing this tight spandex with vibrant colors.
Love it. Love the costumes this week.
Also, did you notice when Sidra gets off her machine, she doesn't wipe it down?
Oh, clear violation. Well, it turns out Jerry and Sidra have another date coming up Thursday night. While she heads off to the sauna, I love how Elaine enters frame. She's blocking wise. She's moving towards Jerry, but her head's turned to her shoulder to watch Sidra walk away. I don't know. Julia just cracks me up in so many little ways. Elaine is hearing all about how much Jerry likes her, only to drop the bomb.
They're fake.
What? Don't say that.
Nah, they're fake.
How do you know?
I can tell. You know how you're always bragging how you can spot a lesbian?
I'm not bragging. I happen to have a very keen lesbian eye. Hi, how you doing?
Oh, right. Come on, don't you think they seem just a bit too perfect?
Yes, they do.
I never knew you were so into breasts. I thought you were a leg man.
A leg man? Why would I be a leg man? I don't need legs. I have legs. Have you ever seen her naked in the locker room?
No.
Oh, well, then I can't accept your testimony. Maybe if you've seen her naked.
I don't want to see her naked.
Well, I do.
Well, that's your problem.
Look, you made the allegation. The least you could do is follow up.
Jerry, what am I going to do? I'm going to go in there, I'm going to spy on her in the sauna?
Yes. Go in there. Do a little investigative journalism. I need to know.
So we're only 120 seconds into the episode, and we already know what the entire episode's about.
Yeah.
I love that. And the face that she makes when she bursts Jerry's bubble, she's so pleased with herself.
Peter Mehlman commented, and I think we agree 100%, how great it is to have a woman, female character, go along with these revenge and scheming, kind of fantasies. It's what he loved about Elaine, and I think what we all love about Elaine. She really fits in with this group of guys. Mm-hmm. It's just perfect.
She really is a man's woman.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, though, we do get, the setup for this episode, which is, does Sidra have real or fake breasts? So there's one story point, and then we move right on to another story line without the character even being there. But George apparently has been on his 9th date with this girl, Betsy, and he still hasn't gotten anywhere.
Yeah, doesn't that seem excessive?
What, like story-wise? Or
no, 9 dates.
Yeah, I mean, everyone moves at their own pace, right? But no kiss?
Yeah.
That seems a little extreme. No kiss.
That almost could have been something for George to complain about. I've been on 9 dates with this woman and nothing, I guess that's kind of what we're getting at, and that he wants to be her boyfriend to escalate the relationship. But I thought maybe I could have seen George and Jerry in the coffee shop and him complaining about getting nothing.
You're right. I got nothing. That is we'll get into this. That is one of the weirdest George storylines ever. The fact that he wants to be someone's boyfriend.
Right.
I don't know why. There's something about George that just seems too relationshipy. But like George, I guess is sensitive. He cares about these women.
That's what he's going for, the character. But he never gets the opportunity to get there because he's always rebuffed before he can make any headway.
One could argue too, if he's got nothing, if he's going nowhere after date 9, maybe he's just desperate for that anything. Even a relationship. Well, apparently the big reason why George is getting nothing is because this is an interesting concept. This girl, Betsy, has been sitting on his right, which is the wrong side. George can't make a move with his left hand. He can't, cross over right with his left. Can't go left.
I'm lefty. Can't go right.
What about women? Do they go left or right?
Oh, I got to be Elaine now? No, we just play defense.
You always have an issue with that.
I do.
Well, there's a line coming up that I was going to have you read as Elaine, and it's just perfect.
I'll do it.
Okay.
This really always sticks out to me, this line, because in real life, Jerry and Jason are both left-handed. And if you watch when they're working on the pilot, they're both, and because it's, lefties, I'm lefty as well. But they always kind of they kind of turn their wrist a certain way, and it just always looks odd when you see it on television. Mm-hmm. But they're both left-handed, and for the sake of the joke, they had to say that George was righty.
Yes.
But as a left-hander, I can't help but notice that.
Well, as a left-handed man, I'm right-handed. Do you relate to this issue in terms of, crossing over left to right or right to left? Like, do you have a preference?
I will say it does feel different when you go with your non-dominant hand. So it's uncomfortable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I can relate to this per se, where it's like, man, I have to be on that side of the couch. You find a way to make it work, but yeah, it does feel more natural to go with your writing hand.
Or you just go home alone.
Okay. Next scene is at Betsy's. George, right out the gate, tries desperately to get to the right side of the couch, but Betsy beats him to it.
That's a fun little gag.
Yes.
We both, Jerry and George, struggle to get the proper side throughout this episode.
I know how much you love, callbacks or, repeated jokes at the end of an episode, and we definitely get that nice bookend satisfaction this episode. There's some awkward silence as George asks her if she would mind switching seats, but she would. She can't hear very well out of her right ear, though, and George, of course, he doesn't care. And
I'll shout.
Well, he practically wrestles with her, rolls her
desperately
to the other side. Now, is that so bad?
What?
We're doing all the female characters this week.
Just own it. This won't be the last time, though, that George dates a woman who doesn't hear so well. Remember the crayon,
Yes.
Sienna?
Yeah.
And then Jerry goes on to date Laura, the lineswoman.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Well, right before George makes his move, or, is about to, the phone rings, and there's some dialogue here that pays off later in the episode, Hey, forget about it. What if it's an emergency? Oh, come on. What are the chances? 3 emergencies in the world right now. Why would this be one of them?
All right, maybe 4. That is 2 fabulous scenes back to back to start this episode.
Yeah.
Already the writing is flawless. And it feels very Peter Mehlman in terms of it's very small in scope. Mm-hmm. And like we had that nice sports analogy, the conversation with, we just played defense at the end of the first scene. It just feels so Mehlman.
I'm thinking back to The Good Samaritan in that episode. Jerry sees that woman hit another car in the first scene. In the nose job, I think if we don't meet, we get to hear about George's girlfriend, with the big nose. Mm-hmm. Peter Mehlman is so good at just getting straight to what the episode is about, if not in the first scene, right at the top of the second scene. He's really good at checking those boxes.
The character of Betsy is played by Megan Mullally. One of her first acting gigs was Risky Business, in which she played a call girl. She was in Once Bitten with Jim Carrey, one of his first movies as well. Her biggest claim to fame is probably Will and Grace, where she played Karen, which was one of the main 4 of that show. I'd like to get into that one day. I think I already said that once, but I'm saying it again. She played one of the voices in Bee Movie. Not sure which Bee, but she was in there. She was in a New Adventures of Old Christine episode. One of my favorite roles that she was in, and I think you might agree with me, was she was in the 2nd season of Party Down. She played Lydia.
Yes.
She replaced, I think, Jane Lynch's character when Jane Lynch kind of went off for a season. But she was excellent in that. She was in Happy Ending. She was in Web Therapy. And she's also amazing as Tammy 2 in 9 episodes of Parks and Rec.
Which we should also add, most people might not know this, but she is married to Nick Offerman.
That's right.
Ron Swanson. So
they, in real life and in fiction, they play husband and wife. She does a voice on Bob's Burgers. And then she's in this comedy series I've never heard of, but I really think we should all get into it. It's called Children's Hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Are you familiar with this?
Yeah, I've heard about it from, I think Paul Scheer brings it up a lot.
Okay.
But just because, fellow comedians are on it.
She plays various characters, and she also reprises her role as Lydia from Party Down in an episode.
Oh.
Anyway,
Nice.
I'm done.
Okay. So we're back at the New York Health Club, and interesting scene. Sidra, Elaine, a few other women, they're relaxing in the sauna, and we get more VO from Elaine. She can't believe the breasts are real, especially after she takes the towel off.
Whoa, doctor.
Yes. I love how, satisfied she is, too. She's, smiling. I knew it. Yep.
Yeah.
I was right.
Indicated.
Mm-hmm. There was even a line here tagged onto the end that I guess they dropped, right?
Right. Originally, the scene was going to end with Elaine thinking, oh, yeah, you got to get up pretty early in the morning to get a phony booby past me.
I like that line.
It seems a little juvenile.
Oh, come on.
To say booby on national television, I don't know.
What is that a callback to, or do they use that line? You got to get up pretty early in the morning.
That's from the chocolate stain on George's red shirt.
Right.
Red shirt. Baby shower. What's the episode?
Baby shower.
Oh, the baby shower. when Jerry catches George in his plot to shock Leslie, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he says you got to get up pretty early in the morning to. That's it.
There you go. Well, Elaine is content, of course, that Sidra has implants, fake breasts. We move back to Betsy's, and she's holding back tears while getting all the details on the phone regarding the funeral.
And Clarice was so ill.
And Clarice. Meanwhile, George, or Jason rather, is brilliant move, mocking everything she says with these hand gestures. What do we got? It's the sign of the cross at one point.
Yep. He pantomimes a plane taking off. Mm-hmm. And, he waves goodbye to her.
Yeah. Oh, and then when she turns around, fake sympathy. He's just
yes.
I'm sorry.
What a despicable display here by this character.
This is honestly, in my opinion, one of George's lowest moments. And I think he gets away with it because no one knows he did it.
I guess. Well, as an audience member, when I think about it, I'm like, man, that is awful. But yet I'm laughing hysterically because it's so funny.
It's the brilliance of Jason Alexander, because this was all like improvised, or he came up with it on the spot.
That's right. According to Peter Mehlman, on the second take, they said, Jason, just go crazy with it. And this is what came out.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love moments like this.
I still always remember Andy Ackerman. He was the second main director to come on to Seinfeld in the later seasons. And he always said the character of George Costanza was a despicable human being. But through Jason Alexander, he always had like a little twinkle or a glint in his eye. Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm thinking of in this scene, because damn, George is an awful human being, but Jason, it's so funny. Proceed.
Yeah. Well, we're over at Jerry's apartment this time, and we've got some really great dialogue here. Elaine claiming Sidra's playing with Confederate money, which is great. Jerry ultimately, though, decides to put an end to the relationship. It's like finding out Mickey Mantle corked his bat.
That is a sports analogy.
That's great. Another Mickey Mantle reference, too.
Yes, that's right. And Peter Mehlman said sports analogies always went really far in this show, especially because Larry and Jerry were such huge sports nuts that, man, and this one so perfectly applies to the situation.
Peter Mehlman also was a sports writer before he became a sitcom writer.
At the Washington Post.
Yeah, there you go. Elaine argues, though, hey, there's no difference between Sidra, who might have implants, and other girls Jerry has dated who have had nose jobs. But Jerry's argument here...
You don't touch the nose. You don't aspire to reach the nose. You don't hook anything to get to the nose. And no man has ever tried to look up a woman's nostril.
God, it's just... I feel like Peter Mehlman like kicked down the door, and he's just firing and just hitting all the targets perfectly.
Son of a bang. Son of a boom. And hey, if you listen closely, after Jerry delivers that look up a woman's nostril line, you can hear Jason Alexander laugh off camera.
Oh, nice.
That's a weird one. We usually hear Jerry or Glenn Padnick laugh, and sometimes Larry David, but now you hear Jason Alexander, which is nice.
And the fact that Elaine references one of Jerry's girlfriends in the past having a nose job makes me think of Peter Mehlman's episode, The Nose Job.
Well, who did Jerry date that had a nose job?
Well, we never saw her, but the idea of a nose job, Peter Mehlman already wrote an episode about that. And Peter Mehlman even said in our interview how he only had like 3 ideas that he would always revisit. One of them being plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery, whether it's your nose or your breasts. I can't think of another episode. I mean, breasts kind of come back in The Hamptons. It's just one of those things that it's in his wheelhouse, I feel. But, ultimately, Jerry takes this all very seriously, the fact that Sidra might have fake breasts.
I could see that in his personality, that being something that a deal breaker for him.
Mm-hmm. Elaine has this great line, too. Sometimes when I think you're the shallowest man I've ever met, you somehow manage to drain a little more out of the pool. Now, I love that line. Mm-hmm. I think that's brilliant. But Peter Mehlman commented that line is a little too jokey.
I guess for Seinfeld, for Seinfeld standards. But I agree. I think it's a great little line.
Yeah, it never stood out to me as sort of like, oof.
It works in the context of this show.
Mm-hmm. So Kramer enters. No applause. So they're getting a handle on that. He jumps in on the convo saying, hey, I know what fake breasts feel like. I lived in Los Angeles for 3 months. Definitely ties back into, I feel like, Peter Mehlman's, not contempt, but just feelings about L.A. as a New Yorker.
Very true. And there was additional dialogue that was cut. Kramer would go on to say that they fake breasts feel like giant Malamars a week after the expiration date. And then he'd say, God, I miss L.A. And here's something that I never really noticed, but Kramer says, oh, man, I wish I could get away. And I didn't realize that's kind of a setup for his storyline throughout the episode, because he ends up going to Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah. That's a really good point.
George's scheme to get the death in the family fair is what allows Kramer to do so, but I feel like they just planted that because that is what Kramer is going to be doing this episode.
Yeah, I feel like most people remember the Salman Rushdie plotline this episode, not Kramer being involved with George's airline scheme.
But if you think about it, Kramer plays the foil for Jerry's plot, right? Because Jerry's on the verge of learning, are they real or fake? And Kramer puts the kibosh on that.
Always screws it up. So speaking of Salman Rushdie, Kramer claims that he saw the author at the New York Health Club. So we pop over to the health club, and Kramer, George, and Jerry love this just setting and the scene. All the guys in towels, all in frame in the sauna. George realizes, in regards to Betsy, that he likes her too much. He doesn't feel like her boyfriend yet.
You mentioned earlier that the sauna kind of took the place of the coffee shop in this episode. So we previously saw Elaine with the girls, although even though she was spying. Now we got the three guys sitting talking in the sauna.
You say
Yeah.
Okay. Jerry's trying to be sympathetic. Hey, you put her on a pedestal.
I put them on the dental chair.
One line I never understood.
Nor do I.
Is it because a dental chair can go up, like really high?
I never got it.
Yeah, that was just one of the most confusing moments for me.
And there was that, and then even in the outtakes, Kramer says something about putting him on a rack and just pulling him apart, splitting him in two. You remember that?
Yeah, I guess that kind of all makes sense.
I don't know.
Out. Yeah, anyways.
It's funny, though. I always laugh when I hear that.
Well, speaking of funny, we get this classic moment here.
It's like a sauna in here.
It's funny. You're a funny guy.
I never heard that before.
There's another moment from Peter Mehlman's real life. He and his friend would be sitting in a sauna, and he'd always say that line just to get a reaction from other people sitting in the sauna.
Literally taken directly from his life.
Anytime it's hot, though, I will say that it's like a sauna in here.
Oh, I did trivia.
Yeah.
I did trivia last night, and it must have been 100 degrees in the bar, and I dropped that line.
Did it kill?
No, because everyone was so hot. But,
what's wrong with these people?
What are you going to do? So George has no plans to go to the funeral for, what is it, Aunt Clarice?
Aunt Clarice, yeah.
Aunt Clarice in Detroit. There you go, Michigan. But Jerry thinks, hey, this is a golden opportunity to advance the relationship. George is the consolation guy. That's huge. It's like 10 dates in one shot.
Notice how Kramer hits him on the...
on the shoulder?
Kramer hits George on the shoulder saying, consolation guy's big. And then Jerry hits him on the shoulder saying, her Aunt Dinah is the best thing that ever happened to you.
Yes. It feels very, not vaudeville, but, going back and forth.
I wish they would have kept up with that bit. I really enjoyed that. Because they do have, Kramer and Jerry have additional lines, but it would have been nice if they continued to hit George on the shoulder.
I noticed some, harsh cuts in this scene.
Yeah.
Between the wide shots and the close-ups or the medium shots. So maybe we lost some of that back and forth.
Damn.
The flight's expensive to Detroit, which leads Kramer to suggest, hey, death in the family fare. George tells the airline there's a death in the family. They give him 50% off. And in fact, Kramer's plan, hey, I'll go to the airport with you. George will buy Kramer's ticket, split the cost. Kramer collects the miles, and then George gets to travel for a quarter of the price.
Oh, this can't miss.
This is beautiful. Before we move on to the Elaine portion, one little bit of trivia that I am dying to see. Do you have this? When they were filming this scene, the three guys, they did a brief impromptu towel fashion show for the audience. Oh my God.
I hope that's caught on tape somewhere.
Yeah. Come on, man. One of our listeners shared a crazy blooper from way back in, I think, season 1, maybe season 2, where the woman, I forget the episode, the woman that Kramer sees at the bus stop, he brings her up to the apartment and she takes off her coat and does like a striptease for the cast. Yeah. And it's on this really old, either VHS tape or, Betamax.
You see the lines going across. Remember the tracking knob you had to do on a VHS cassette?
Yeah, it might have time code on it too. It's this real old, rare blooper. But if anyone has footage of this towel show, please let us know. Over to the female sauna, it's Elaine with... I think there's another woman in the back, but Sidra and her friend arrive.
Oh, look who's here. Silicon Valley.
So anyway, we go out on one date, and he asked me out for a second, and then out of nowhere, he calls me, cancels the date, and says he doesn't want to see me again.
Ugh. Sorry. I couldn't help overhearing.
Oh, that's okay.
Did he give you a reason?
Yeah, he's going back to his old girlfriend.
Really?
Said she's mentally ill. He's one of those guys who is obsessed with neatness and order. Everything has got to be just so. He would have made a great Nazi.
Hey, does he ever talk about Superman?
Yes, how did you know?
Oh, I know the type.
Oh, so you can relate?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've seen you around the club. My name's Sidra. This is Marcy.
Oh, hi. I'm Elaine.
Hi.
So just to be clear, when Sidra says he's going back to his old girlfriend, she's mentally ill, the face that Elaine makes implies that she, Elaine, is the mentally ill girlfriend, right?
Yes.
Okay, just want to be on the same page.
That's so good. I love Jerry's like, oh, Elaine will have no way of finding out that I'm going
Right.
to use her.
A nice
Not only
subtle-
as an excuse, but make fun of her.
Yeah. So it makes sense why she would stick it to him in subsequent episodes.
Absolutely.
I think this is as good a time as ever to talk about Sidra,
Yeah, go for it.
played by the lovely, lovely Teri Hatcher. She was in 3 episodes of Seinfeld: the Implant, the pilot in all those cut shots of various characters throughout season 4, and the finale. She comes back to testify against Jerry and the Fab Four. Mm-hmm. She was on the Love Boat, Karen's Song, Capital. These are old things she did. She was a Bond girl, Matt.
Yes.
Tomorrow Never Dies. She was in 6 episodes of MacGyver, single episodes of L.A. Law, Murphy Brown. She was in a Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, that
Which
sounds
is
about
crazy.
right.
Frasier. I think most people, before she rose to fame in Desperate Housewives, her first big break was Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman.
Yes.
I never
absolutely.
got the title until just when I was researching this. Lois and Clark.
Oh, like Lewis and Clark?
I'm so stupid. I never got that. And she also did voice work in Planes and Coraline, two pretty big animated movies.
Coraline is it's fantastic. You should check it out. I think she plays
Tim Burton, right?
No, he might be a producer, but I don't know the filmmaker. It's a great, animation, claymation kind of movie. Yeah, it's a great flick. I was just looking at her Wikipedia page here real quick to see her age. When she filmed this episode, she was only 29.
Wow.
29. It's crazy.
She's in my top 5 for Jerry girlfriends. Easily.
Again, never cared for her until this episode. I think she's in my top 5 right now, too. Sharon Leonard, Sidra Holland, and anyone else? I think that's it for now.
Sidra Holland. Where'd you get that? Is that her last name?
In the finale, I think they call her Holland. Yeah.
Oh,
Sidra
look
Holland.
at you. Dropping names.
Check out the big brain on Brett. What about you, though? She's in your top 5. Anyone else we've
that we've seen so far? Mm-hmm. I still love George's girlfriend. What was her name?
Carol?
Carol.
What was her name?
I love her. I can't think of anybody at the top right now.
Well,
it'll come to me.
That's good, though. I mean, you got 2 at least. I like Carol, too. I don't think she's going to be in my top 5, though.
She's just so sweet.
Yeah.
I love guys like that,
This is kind of dumb. I have this note. We start the scene with Elaine voiceover saying, "Oh, look who's here, Silicon Valley," which makes me think of HBO and Veep and Silicon Valley. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought I could do something with that.
I got nothing. Hey, that's the name of the show.
Yeah, there you go. Also, in an interview, Julia was commenting how Teri Hatcher was a really good sport to have her fall into her chest, take after take.
So does that mean that Julia really fell into her? Because the way they shot it, they could have avoided that. But they're implying that she actually did have to fall into her.
Well, there are 3 shots. You have the first one, which is when Elaine trips, and it's a wide shot, so she falls into her then, for sure, just to get the shot. Mm-hmm. And then they do a second shot, which is just the camera moving into Sidra's face, and then the third shot is just Julia running into the camera.
Right. Okay.
So I think it's that first take they had to get her actually falling into it, or them. Those things.
They're like big chemical balls.
What's that from?
Oh yeah, Curb. Curb talks about fake breasts.
Oh, and also
Richard Lewis's girlfriend, the actress.
Oh, that's right. And also, is that the girl that comes over and makes Larry touch them?
No, different girl. That's Richard Lewis's fake niece.
Fake niece?
Yeah, it's a friend of the family who calls him Uncle Richard, but it's a fake niece.
That's right. And Cheryl like just catches Larry holding his breasts.
I saw a titmouse.
A titmouse? You're obsessed with tits. I can't wait for Curb. So we get an act break, and we're at Jerry's apartment. Love the scene. I love the outfits. Elaine's red like business suit.
Pads, yeah.
Jerry's blue shirt. They just go well together, very polarizing. Yes. Mm-hmm. Jerry's eating his cereal. Always love that. And Elaine tells him what happened at the health club.
I touched them. Yes. Each line Jerry delivers with a mouthful of cereal, too, which is always very funny.
And I love that shot, too. It's definitely a pickup shot from like a weird angle kind of coming from the bookshelf.
Yeah.
And Jerry is not happy to find out that they're real.
Elaine was so innocent, too. She's like, I needed them to help break my fall. If it wasn't for them, I could have really injured myself.
Well, he just broke up with Sidra, and he tries to, just blow off Elaine, saying, hey, you don't have any breast-touching experience. You wouldn't know.
I've touched mine.
So have I.
That's 2 references to Jerry and Elaine dating in this episode. Very rare.
I love that line, though. Oh, right. I forgot.
Yeah.
It's just so... Love that little...
She loves to downplay the fact that they dated. Mm-hmm. She faked orgasm. She doesn't remember. It's nice to be involved with somebody who's not into Nick at Night.
You got it.
Thank you.
You are not. I can't call you Cable Boy since you didn't have cable as a kid.
I didn't have cable growing up. No, sad.
But these little sparring sessions, I love these. Keep them coming. Elaine actually digs the knife in a little deeper, unintentionally so, and adds, hey, if Sidra's breasts are real, they are spectacular.
Oh, what are you doing to me?
It's kind of sad, but you do feel bad for Jerry. He's missing out.
He made his bed. He's lying in it.
Yeah.
Every scene so far, I got to say, has just crushed it. Mm-hmm. I can't find anything wrong with any of these scenes.
No, not at all. So we're at the Atlantic Northern Airline ticket counter. George and Kramer are scheming here with the ticket clerk, claiming that Kramer's aunt died suddenly, and he's too upset to purchase the ticket, so George will. And once he mentions the death in the family fare, the clerk says, well, you have to pay the full fare now, and then you return with a copy of the death certificate to return half the fare. And this is, of course, preventing people from taking advantage of the system.
What kind of a sick person would do a thing like that? Hey, we always talk about it's a shame that Jason and Michael didn't get too many opportunities to team up together. Mm-hmm. And we always think of them in the car, driving to the airport, stopping at the duty-free shop. Mm-hmm. I always forget about this as being one of their more notable scenes with just the 2 of them.
And it's similar to the airport episode, as we'll find out here, where Kramer buys non-refundable tickets.
You idiot. Yeah, you're right.
Very
Super
similar.
savers.
Mm-hmm. You think George would have learned from that experience not to get involved with Kramer at the airport?
He can't pass up a good deal. It's a sixth sense. Let's talk about this ticket clerk. Ticket clerk number 1 is played by Carol Rosenthal. She was in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Can I jump in here real quick?
Go for it, my friend.
Okay, Vinny and I love our 80s movies. I did not grow up with the Bill and Ted movies, but I watched Excellent Adventure last month.
The original.
Loved it. Just found out today that Bogus Journey is on Netflix. So I'll be watching that soon.
Great sequel. And they changed it up nicely for the sequel.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, she was in that. Murphy Brown. She was in a TV show called Vinny and Bobby, and they spell it the same way, like me. She was in Sergeant Bilko. She was in Mad About You. She was in Living Color, 26 episodes. And peep this, people. She was in a TV series, The Edge, and it was from 1992 to 93. And this is what the summary says. This Fox comedy featured a lethal opening sequence each week, followed by several short, humorous skits and parodies of television commercials. Listen to who was in this show. We got Rick Overton, who played the Drake from Seinfeld. Wayne Knight.
Newman.
Thank you. Those are only 2 Seinfeld. Jennifer Aniston, Tom Kenny, who voices SpongeBob, Kevin Nealon, Paul Feig. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, or Paul Feig. He directed Bridesmaids,
Yeah.
the new Ghostbusters movie.
But what a huge cast that all these people working together. And I like the Seinfeld alums coming together.
I've never heard of it. Interesting.
It's on very late.
You mentioned In Living Color, which I have to just touch upon real quick. I'm a huge In Living Color fan. Last time we were together, I dusted off the DVDs.
An impromptu marathon session, which was fabulous. Just fabulous.
However, Karen Rosenthal here, as funny as she is only a cast member during the 5th season, I think, which is...
Oh, really?
It's the awful season when the Wayans brothers leave and Noreen from the puffy shirt and the Chinese woman who, Kelly Caulfield, she left as well. So you lose all these big cast members and it's just not as funny as it used to be. But yeah, anyways. So George tries to act enraged, actually, right? That Kramer will have to ask his uncle for a copy, but the clerk doesn't care. It's $387 total. And Kramer, who was previously crying, all the tears have dried up, and he's, I guess you want my frequent flyer mile number.
Great turn. Very, very funny to see him change on a dime.
Yeah, immediately. George, of course, is not happy because he's, covering all $387. Back to Jerry's apartment. At the top here, we should mention Peter Mehlman commented, and I didn't really pick up on this, how the 3 Jerry Elaine scenes in the apartment are the same conversation.
Yeah.
It's just about whether or not Sidra's breasts are real or fake. And it's just incredible how you can, triple dip in a sense and just go over the same material over and over, but it always feels fresh. It always feels new. It's always pushing the story forward.
And you made a point at saying in the beginning how that one little idea he had of a girl walking by, Elaine says they're fake, and then they go back to regular conversation. He stretched that into 22 minutes.
Yeah. This time, though... go ahead.
Elaine's eating cereal now.
Yeah, I have that note here. I love that. And it's such a... Jerry had a stand-up bit about chewing gum in class and how it looks like you don't care. Something about cereal seems really cocky, too. If you're chewing or you got a mouthful of it while you're talking...
Oh, really? You think cocky? I think more childlike and just like innocent wonder or something.
That too. There are a few of those too. Well, Jerry's still upset, not sure what to believe, doesn't trust Elaine's call since she grabbed Sidra's breast to save her life. If she were drowning, could she tell the life preserver was an inflatable?
Is there an equivalent of breast implants for a guy?
I don't know.
Like for a woman to say, I won't date a guy because he has...
Oh, that's a good question. In terms of like cosmetic surgery?
I guess.
Plugs, maybe?
Yeah. So, because I was having this conversation with a friend of mine, Randy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, like, with hair transplants, you're not doing something to enhance your appearance. You're doing something to, like, attain the appearance you once had, which I never thought of because... It's not as if you're enhancing you are enhancing your hairline, but it used to be there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Whereas your boobs are your boobs. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting the way he kind of said it. I don't know.
Tried to justify it.
Yeah, and that you're trying to maintain your appearance. You're not trying to enhance it, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nonetheless, though, you are, having surgery to a degree and to change your appearance. Instead of accepting what is natural.
But then by that, you could argue, why get braces? Your teeth came in that way.
That's a good point.
Because they're supposed to.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Or if you have, what's the, I don't know.
I had to get braces because I had like a tooth that was like really like growing in improperly and it was just going to mess up my whole mouth.
Did they show you like a time lapse and the tooth went through your lip into your eye?
No.
Like Lisa Simpson?
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot. Getting back to Jerry's line about, could you tell if the life preserver was an inflatable? It makes me think of that Curb episode when the girl from, what's the show? The Workaholics, when he's hanging onto the edge of the building and he's holding onto her stomach.
Oh, yeah.
Just like holding on to someone for dear life.
I think of Russell in the Greenpeace boat. Can't find him, Hanksy.
Why that?
Because he needs an inflatable, right?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Throw him a thing.
Like, were there breasts in the water? Jerry doesn't mind someone with a phony personality, but he has to draw the line somewhere, which is we're really getting into that, asshole Jerry mode.
Yeah.
Kramer enters, and we get a few things here. George is off to Detroit. Kramer has a ticket for Puerto Rico, and Elaine doesn't think the guy at the club is Salman Rushdie.
Wrong.
So we're at the New York Health Club. Lovely little moment here. I love Jerry and Kramer together. They arrive, notice Sidra talking to a bald man with a goatee.
There's Sidra.
There's Salmon.
Where?
Talking to that woman.
Talking to Sidra?
If that's Sidra, she's talking to Salmon.
I don't think that's Salmon.
Well, I don't think they're real.
If that's Rushdie, they're real.
If they're real, that's Rushdie.
Well, I gotta know. I'm talking to Sidra.
I gotta know, I'm talking to Salmon.
It's like a sauna in here, huh? Feel like I'm back at the desert.
You've lived in the desert?
Oh, yeah. I spent a little time in the Mideast. You ever been to the Mideast?
Yes, I've been there.
Look, my name's Kramer.
Sal Bass.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you, Kramer.
Yeah. So, what kind of work do you do?
I'm a writer.
You notice how Kramer used the same material he used on George and Jerry previously? It's like a sauna in here.
Yeah. And the Salmon guy laughs a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
I don't know, it's funny. And then to ask just somebody, hey, you ever live in the desert? But Sal Bass, or Salman Rushdie, however you want to call him, is played by actor Tony Amendola. He's credited as Rushdie in the script. So 2 episodes of Seinfeld, The Implant and the pilot. He was on a Lois and Clark episode with Teri Hatcher. Oh. He was in The Mask of Zorro as well as The Legend of Zorro. He did voice work in the Spawn TV series. He was in Blow. He was in episodes of The Practice, CSI. He was in Stargate. He was in 3 episodes of Dexter, which I completely forgot. He was also in Once Upon a Time and Continuum.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. Really, I don't know, just a nice, mysterious kind of performance from him. You're like, what is this guy all about? Now we're in Michigan. We're at the wake for Aunt, what's her name again? Clarice? Yeah.
Clarice!
We get a shot of this house in the suburbs. And this shot reminds me a little bit of, do you remember Home Alone? The scene when he has all the dummies in the window pretending to be his family?
Yep.
It has that kind of illusion. If you're curious, the house is on, quote, 30-something street. It's in the CBS Radford lot. It's next to the production offices, actually. So this is one of those typical studio backlots, like a neighborhood you'd have in The Burbs, for example, or Desperate Housewives, which was, I think, the same set. And the silhouettes of the people in the window, they're not dummies. In fact, they're production crew.
Including Peter Mehlman.
He's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So inside, George meets Aunt May, which seemed really weird because that's Spider-Man's aunt. You know what I'm
the
talking?
name?
Yeah, the name. Just
Clarice is Clarice Starling.
No, but Aunt May, that's like...
There can't be another Aunt May?
No, like when you say Aunt May, you Google it, you'll get the Spider-Man Wikipedia.
Ah.
Anyways. There's Father Jessup. There's Betsy's brother Timmy. The look.
He already's got it in for George. He hasn't even met him yet.
Yeah, not at all. George is very happy to hear Betsy introduce him as her boyfriend.
The scene was originally supposed to open with George consoling Betsy with a story from his own childhood. He said, I was 12 when my aunt passed away. And in the end, hey, could this have been Aunt Baby? She died at 7?
She died at 7. I don't think George was born.
She never would have made it. But he said, when I was 12, my aunt passed away. And in the end, she didn't know who she was. She kept calling me Reggie. Reggie. I'd visit her and she'd say, how you doing, Reggie? So you don't know how lucky you are just to have known your aunt all these years.
Well, that's good. Reggie.
Yeah.
I assume Peter Mehlman was referring to Reggie Miller, right? No, you don't think so?
That's a reach if I ever heard one.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Because Reggie comes up again in, I didn't know.
Cheryl Miller.
Cheryl Miller's brother played basketball.
Okay. It could, but
I love
probably
that
not.
line. It's so dumb.
It is, actually. I got some news on all these actors.
Okay, what do you got?
So Aunt May is played by Peggy Stewart. Her first film credit was in 1937. She did lots of westerns. such as Alias Billy the Kid. She was in Son of Zorro. She was in a Twilight episode. I said that before. She was in a Twilight Zone episode, The Shelter, from 1961.
Yeah, that's a good
Played
one.
Grace Stockton.
I don't know if that's the main. Yeah, anyways, doesn't matter.
Anyway.
There was a Simpsons episode that parodied it.
Ah.
Remember when the comet's going to destroy Springfield and they all get into the bomb shelter? That's the same kind of premise. Where
and he steals Ned's or he gets Ned's bomb.
all the neighbors
bomb
want to get in the bomb shelter, but he won't let them in, and they turn into like a mob. And you had to be there.
She was also in The Office. She played Pam's grandmother, Sylvia, in a couple episodes. She was in The Runaways, and then she was in that Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg movie, That's My Boy.
Oh, missed that one.
Father Jessup is played by actor Bruce Ed Morrow. He actually passed away in 1997 at the age of 56.
Oh, wow.
But he was in Bugsy, The Wonder Years, Columbo, Problem Child 3, Third Rock from the... Yeah, there's a third one.
Huh.
Third Rock from the Sun, where he also played a priest. And what a wonderful voice and face this guy has. That line of, I'm about to have myself a snack.
Oh, it's such a good delivery.
Oh, man. He's a perfect priest.
I might start dropping that line whenever we're together.
And having a snack.
Yeah, having a snack. I always thought he was related to the Howards. Like Ron Howard's uncle. Or in my head, I always imagine...
he looks like a Howard.
I forget Ron Howard's dad's name.
Rance?
Yeah, who's in 2 Seinfeld episodes.
Yeah. And then Clint.
And then Clint, of course. But I don't know. There's something about him that makes me think of Richie Cunningham. Well, George tells Betsy, hey, why don't you sit down? I'm going to get you something to eat. I'm get myself a snack. While secretly, or actually getting a moment alone with the priest. And before we play this clip here, I just wanted to have everyone pay attention. After George has that line, forget about it, losing a loved one, forget about it. You're going to hear the audience laugh. And right at the end, before they start up again, you'll hear Jerry laughing. It's quite audible.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And the crowd also goes, actually, I don't want to step on that line. So.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
This is my 3rd wake this month. Never gets any easier.
Well, losing a loved one is, forget about it.
You seem to be of great comfort to Betsy. We're very appreciative.
Oh, comfort, schmumfort. Listen, Father, can I ask you a question? In a terrible time like this, who would I get the death certificate from?
So you heard that Jerry laugh in there, I'm sure.
Yeah. And man, when George starts shoveling those sandwiches into his mouth, the crowd goes nuts.
Yeah. Now, in addition to this great scene...
You know it's coming.
We got a little blooper here that Vinny and I like to quote from time to time.
Listen, Father, could I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. In a terrible time like this, who would I get the death certificate from? The death certificate?
The death certificate?
The death certificate.
If you can look up the bloopers on YouTube. He's like, what am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so we cut over to Jerry's apartment, and Kramer is trying to convince him, hey, that is Salman Rushdie. It's a conspiracy. He said he was a writer, and he replaced salmon with bass. He substituted one fish for another.
Look, you idiot. First of all, it's salmon, not salmon.
I love that. And I love being able to call your friend an idiot, right?
Yeah, that's something Peter Mehlman discussed on the commentary, in that it never comes from a place of malice when they're just haphazardly calling each other idiots. It's all in good fun, and they care, but look, you idiot, You
need to call me an idiot more often.
I would love to call you an idiot.
Well, Jerry tells Kramer that Sidra is coming over in a few minutes and plans to find out the truth tonight.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Which is a little creepy element to it, but...
Yeah, you're right.
Anyways, back to Michigan at the wake. George is talking to a character, Dr. Alan Wood, about the death certificate, and says he's planning to... This is actually, I think, a really, really good excuse. He's planning to put together an admittedly rudimentary scrapbook of her life for Betsy to have and hold on to. I say that's a good excuse because I can't think of any other excuse for why you would need a death certificate as the niece's boyfriend.
George has been incredibly charming to not only Betsy but her entire family thus far in the episode. He really is the consolation guy. He's getting her sandwiches, and I think he's charmed over Dr. Allenwood here because that's actually for now temporarily. It's actually, you're right, a sweet. It's an odd request for the death certificate to go in a scrapbook, but it makes sense. Anyway, Dr. Allenwood is played by Donald Bishop. He was in Deep Cover, The China Syndrome, First You Cry, Bye Bye Love.
First you cry, and then you cry again.
Cry again. He was in Benson, which was the show that Jerry was on and got fired and never even knew it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the sitcom
not the same
before.
Episode. There you go. And he was in a Wonder Woman episode. He played a Dr. Tobias, which I thought was fun. And finally, he was in a Beretta episode, and he played a character named Kramer.
Love
Hey,
that.
hey.
Hey. Well, Dr. Allenwood agrees to get George a copy and walks off, leading George to visit the snack table with some chips and dip.
What are you doing? What? Did you just double dip that chip? Excuse me? You double dipped the chip. Double dipped? What are you talking about? You dipped the chip, you took a bite, and you dipped again. So? That's like putting your whole mouth right in the dip. Look, from now on, when you take a chip, just take one dip and end it. Well, I'm sorry, Timmy, but I don't dip that way. Oh, you don't, huh? No. You dip the way you want to dip. I'll dip the way I want to dip. Give me the chip! Hey! Give me the...
It's so weird to actually hear the scene. We've played the, double dip the chip for so many episodes, and now we have the whole scene. We have context.
You heard it again.
How do you feel about this scene? This, to me, is one of the most classic, a very Seinfeld-esque scene.
Agreed. Absolutely. And it's wonderful. Everything about this is perfect. Mehlman saw somebody at a party dipping a chip.
Do you have, are you uptight about this sort of thing? I guess it just depends on the company you have over.
No.
Like if it's loved ones, like family and friends, I don't care. But if I'm at a party, like a random party, and there's just one guy.
Well, I actually, because of this episode, I take heed to turn the chip so that the end that didn't touch my mouth goes in. So I can dip multiple times as long as the bitten portion has not touched the dip.
Oh, I hear you.
So I hope people notice that when I'm dipping, if they can see that. But if it's me and you, I'm going full in.
Oh, God. You got anything on this Timmy character?
Timmy is played by Kieran Mulroney. He was in. Did you get that one? Megan
Mullally, Kieran Mulroney.
No, I was doing.
Oh yeah, Mulroney.
So Timmy's played by Kieran Mulroney. He was in Gettysburg. He was in the HBO miniseries From the Earth to the Moon, ER. He was on episodes of Star Trek, NYPD Blue, and CIS. He's got a writing credit on Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows.
Oh, the not a successful sequel.
That's the one.
Right on.
And man, the only thing I regret about him or even about this episode is I would have loved for Kieran Mulroney to come back and play a different character so he himself could have been a double dipper. Other than that, this episode's been flawless. But man, I'd love for him to come back to play one more role.
That would have been nuts. He has a great voice, great delivery, I have to say, when he's, what are you doing?
And the way, he already sets it out there. He lays it on the line for George. George knows what he's getting into. He's going to double dip the chip. And I love how Kieran kind of fixes his waistband and kind of hikes it up.
It's really...
He knows it's time to brawl,
It's a really good performance for someone that is fortunate enough to be in such a classic scene.
He steals the show.
Yeah.
You remember him from this episode more than any other side character, I would say.
Oh, really? Even more than Sidra?
Nah, maybe not.
Okay. Like, you see the implant? Did you see that Teri Hatcher? It's like, oh, I can't keep my eyes off that Kieran. Sorry. So we move to Jerry's apartment. Sidra's outfit, come on. The jeans, the black shirt with the low neck. It's incredible. She sits down on the left side, so we get a little repeat here joke of George and Betsy. Jerry looks pretty upset.
Well,
not getting his spot.
He tries so hard to beat her to the couch, but she's already sat down.
Since he's forced to go right, he asks her, hey, can we switch sides? If you're Sidra, is that a bad sign? Like a weird request?
I would think so.
Like, what? You need to pretend like you're driving?
This guy has a driving fetish. I think he's more tactful than George in terms of trying to get on the proper side, but I would
That's
imagine
true.
she'd be like, what's this guy all about?
So they're sitting, not much to say, a little awkward pause, and then...
You know that Jane Mansfield had some big breasts.
It's a funny line, but that Jane Mansfield, she ties into Seinfeld, doesn't she?
That's right, Matt. Her daughter, Mariska Hargitay, who we all know from Law & Order Special Victims Unit, was one of the actresses who auditioned for Elaine in the pilot, the finale of Seinfeld Season 4.
It's like a bald convention out there.
Yeah, there she is. Mariska Hargitay is the daughter of Jane Mansfield.
How do you do? Yeah, it's kind of sad. Jane Mansfield died very young, so I wonder if...
Tragically, yes.
Yeah, I wonder if her daughter was like, hey, why are you talking about my mother's breasts on this show I'm on?
She's got a great body, buddy.
So Jury pursues the subject, saying that breasts seem larger nowadays, and Sidra adds, yeah, a lot of women are having them done, which leads to them discussing whether or not she's had her done, and ultimately she thinks Jury will find out soon enough. And as they move in for a kiss...
Jerry!
Sidra, just like Betsy before, hey, what if it's an emergency? Oh, it's no emergency.
Jerry! Come on, it's an emergency!
Emergency, Jerry pretty frustrated, turns out to be, hey, I'm packing for Puerto Rico. I need to borrow your bathing suit.
I would be so pissed at Kramer in that moment.
And this is an odd moment. I forgot about this back and forth. I'm like, Jerry will never lend Kramer his bathing suit, especially, being in that area. Jerry doesn't want Kramer's boys down there.
Come on, what's wrong with my boys?
Your boys should stay in their neighborhood.
That conversation is very similar to when Kramer is discussing the secure packaging of jockeys. He's like, my boys need a house.
Yes.
And then he throws all of his jockeys on Jerry's kitchen table.
Mm-hmm. Ultimately, though, and do you buy this, Jerry letting Kramer use his bathing suit just so he can get some alone time?
Yeah, I do. Because he'll just end up throwing the bathing suit out.
Exactly. It's like, all right, I'll take a loss. I'll throw out my bathing suit just so I can get some alone time with Sidra here. Kramer goes to get the suit. However, Elaine arrives.
Hi, Jer.
Hi, Elaine.
Oh, hi, Sidra.
Hi, Elaine?
Hey. Well, what are you doing
I'm
here?
looking for Kramer.
What's going on?
No, she was just showing me pictures of places I can visit when I go to Puerto Rico. You know when you two went down there?
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, just...
You know the...
yeah.
All right.
So, where were we?
I was just leaving.
Right, you were leaving.
I can't believe you sent a woman into the sauna to do that.
That was
me.
an accident!
I think you're both mentally ill.
Oh.
And by the way, they're real and they're spectacular.
She does that delivery again. Hi, Sidra.
Oh, it's so good. Was it Larry David or Jerry?
Yeah,
Maybe how Julia can break up the dialogue and
roller coaster delivery.
Roller coaster, right? We brought this up earlier this season. We've had quite a few girlfriend storm out moments. There's the panties your mother laid out for you moment.
Yeah.
There's a Sharon Leonard from NYU. I can't think of anyone else at the moment, but
Cheryl, the attorney, stormed out on George. Or she didn't storm out, but she was like, please don't call me.
Yeah, that's true.
That doesn't count.
But the Jerry blocking of on the couch and then moving to the door as they leave. I love that moment, though, when Jerry sits down on the couch. Where were we? I was just leaving. You're right. You were leaving. Such a great scene. I like, too, how the audience kind of has Cidra's back when she says, I think you're both mentally ill, as she storms out, because as successful as the show is, there's no denying how despicable these people are.
You got that straight.
And it's rare when anyone calls them out on it. Now, the big thing to talk about here for me is Elaine's reason for visiting. It always seemed kind of weak. She was going to show Kramer pictures of places that he can visit in Puerto Rico because Jerry and Elaine went down there.
You know, when you two visited down there?
Yeah.
It's kind of shoehorned in there, but I buy it. I think it works. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, because like we said earlier, he did say, I want to get away, and then he bought a ticket for Puerto Rico. But you do just learn right there that you and Elaine went down there.
Well, not just that. The fact that Elaine would be helping Kramer, you just don't get that a lot. So.
Well, she might owe him because Kramer pretended to be her boyfriend to get out of dating Dr. Reston.
We know how that went. But it is interesting, too. That's a little bit of trivia about Jerry and Elaine, that they went to Puerto Rico at one point.
That's serious.
Yeah. We think they dated for about a year. Roughly.
Okay.
That's what we think.
That makes sense for going to a trip to Puerto Rico.
It's a serious relationship place.
Puerto Rico, yeah.
So we move over to Michigan at the wake, and the final scenes are pretty much a shot of the house, but this time you hear people fighting, dishes breaking, Betsy saying she never wants to see George again.
Go back to New York! Get out! And then there was additional dialogue of George offering Timmy a dip shampoo. Does that mean he's going to dump the dip on his head?
Yeah, I guess so. Rub it in.
All right. Whatever.
We cut to George again at the Atlantic Northern Airlines counter in Michigan, and he's looking pretty distraught. I wrote down that his hair's sticking straight up, but it's not. It's just a little messy. The liar man weaves his web and says that the doctor who would provide the death certificate suffered a stroke and is unable to... He's full of lies this episode.
Yeah.
Unable to use his right hand, so instead, such a dark moment, but one of my favorites, he hands her a Polaroid.
What's this?
That's a picture of me next to the coffin.
Nice try.
Not even close. Love that.
That ticket clerk number 2, is played by Susan Bobian. She was in Numbers, Norbit. She did voice work on the Spider-Man TV series from 1995.
Hey, Aunt May.
There you go. Oh. She was in Father of the Bride, too. She was in Saved by the Bell. She played Lisa Turtle's mom.
Mom?
It was only in like 2 episodes, but still, that's a mom. She was in Naked Gun, and she was in The Color Purple.
Who does she play in Naked Gun?
I don't know. One thing I thought, though, the scene where Sidra walks out, they're revealing their spectacular.
Oh, yeah?
I thought that it felt like that was the natural ending point of this episode where they would have hit the credits. And just like, you mean the panties your mother laid out for you.
Right.
The way that scene ends. And then they go to the exterior of, or the shot of,
the house and the airport. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's just bonus, but it almost is like you hit the high and then you come back down. But it is nice to see what happens to George.
I could see the George stuff playing over credits.
Exactly.
For sure. Absolutely.
Anyway.
Do you like the Polaroid moment, though? I think that's deliciously dark. And it's such a great visual. I'd love a high-res version of that photo.
Uh-huh. And he looks, the tie is askew and the hair's messed up.
It's post-fight, too.
Yeah.
So who took the photo?
The cosmetic surgery procedures that are available to people today, liposuction. You familiar with this? This is a fat-sucking machine. Now, somewhere, somebody is working on a way that this thing could go into a restaurant. And you could just order it off the menu. I'll tell you what, give me the cheesecake, crank me up to 9, and put a scoop of ice cream on the side.
It's pretty short. I'd even argue it's forgettable, but I love it.
I did forget that it was in here.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Yeah, I agree.
Ratings?
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I feel like we can't praise this episode enough. This is one of those where you're like, what do we not like about it?
The fact that there's no double dipper of Kieran Mulroney. Other than that, it's fabulous.
Yeah, it's a great episode.
I had in my notes, I was marking each scene. I was like, yes, nailed it. Next, home run. Like every scene was so perfectly done and concise and funny, and it moved the story along. I just loved every moment.
Our moods vary, week by week when we record the show because
we happen to record based on mood.
Well, sometimes the episode can really set the tone, and this is one of those examples, like most Larry David episodes, where we're so excited to do because it's so easy to talk about. The story moves, everything is funny, nothing is convoluted or, I don't know, falls flat. Peter Mehlman just nailed it with this episode. And for now, I'm going to say it's, if we can rank them, I think this is his best episode ultimately. I haven't watched his other episodes for quite a while, so we'll see if that changes. But ultimately, I love this episode. I think this is one of the best of season 4. My opinion changes from time to time, but I'm putting this in my top 5 with the Cheever letters, the airport, the pitch, and I love the pilot, the finale for this season too. So it's in there somewhere, the Implant. Ultimately, I'll be giving it 9.5 death certificates out of 10. Gold, baby. Gold.
Not bad. I loved everything about this episode. I loved I love that it was written by Peter Mehlman. I love the storylines. I love that it was these little bits of story ideas that he had laying around that happened to come together into this wonderful episode. Teri Hatcher was absolutely breathtaking this week. It's funny, Megan Mullally is such a big name and a great actress and character, and yet she didn't get utilized to her full potential. She played much more of a straight character than she did the crazy, Tammy 2 or Karen or Lydia that we're used to, seeing her play.
I'd argue very forgettable too.
Timmy supersedes her. But man, everything about this episode is a win for me, and I keep each scene. I'm like, yes, I said this earlier. I'm repeating myself, but I've always loved this episode, and I still enjoy it. And watching this again, smiles on my face. I'm going to give this 10 real and spectacular breasts out of 10.
Oh, man.
All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to send us an email, seincast@gmail.com. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter. We have a Instagram and a Tumblr page.
Also, we're on iTunes. Check us out. Leave us a rating and review if you have the time. We're almost at 200 reviews, or at least ratings, which is just insane. Thank you to everyone who's taken the time. And thank you to everyone so much for donating to our podcast. If you're able and you'd like to support the show, we have a donate tab on our Tumblr page. So please check that out. And thank you to everyone who has helped support the show. Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We'll be discussing the 20th episode of Season 4, the handicap spot. Get this. Somebody gave a handicapped woman a used wheelchair with defective brakes.
Sons of bitches. But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. The official Seinfeld site can be found at sonypictures.com/TV/Seinfeld. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Betsy, dear, have you had anything to eat?
I'm not very hungry.
They have some very nice snacks.
I'm about to get myself a snack.